You ready to go?
We're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we booked a one-way flight to Colombia, and after traveling to 11 countries, we were locked down in India for 5 months. Coming back to the US, we decided to pivot into boat life and cruise on a 6,000-mile journey called America's Great Loop. Make sure to subscribe as we share the highs, lows, and everything in between. Time to raise the anchor and head on out.
It was nice meeting you guys, love and luck. Thank you for the dessert and saying hi. Today we are finally getting out of the unprotected waters here in the Gulf and the Atlantic side and the Florida Keys and going into Miami, back into the protected ICW, which we're really excited about. Today is going to be interesting because not only is the wind not over, it's still blowing about 16 knots and then gusting to 23 out of the east. We have a ton of bridges. It's just going to be bridge central here from here for the next 2 days pretty much.
All stations. United States Coast Guard, State of Miami, Florida. East winds around 20 knots with gusts up to 25 knots and seas from 5 to 8 feet.
Right now we are passing one of the inlets from the ocean, and it is so windy here. You can see that the water has gained up strength because there's a lot more whitecaps right here, and it just feels like, oh! It's very intense.
Definitely the thing that I'm cautious about today is the wind and the bridges, because we don't want the wind to push us into the side of the bridge, and also considering the current around these bridges can be pretty intense sometimes. So that's something that's going to be on our mind all day today.
It broke. Yeah. Oh boy. Never a dull moment. Never, 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 ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever on a boat. Never.
What I might need you to do is like turn into the wind a little bit. It looks like one of the set screws on the very tail end of our bimini broke off. Like the head is there, but the other part of the screw isn't there that keeps it in. So I guess just this sideways, beam of wind just finally broke it off, which is not good. It's more boat projects. Nothing's ever easy. Luckily Jen took the wheel and I was able to get some line that we had on board and just wrap it around a few times to kind of hold it down. We can't easily take this down because we have both of our solar panels on there, and it's definitely too windy to do that right now. So at anchor tonight we'll have to kind of figure out a better solution. I'm hoping that I can fix it, just drill it out and put a new screw in. But so we're going to be keeping an eye on that today.
We are about to cross under the Bay Bridge, which is the first of many, many bridges for today. Coming up very quickly after this, we have another bridge that we have to time because it doesn't open on demand.
Venetian Causeway West Bridge, Venetian Causeway West Bridge. This is northbound motor vessel pivot, 09. Not what you want to hear on the radio when you're hailing the bridge. I'll get a little closer and see. We're about a mile out.
Yeah, you're our babe. Our second and third bridge of today is the Dodge Island Railway Bridge and the Dodge Island Causeway Bridge.
Finally got in touch with the bridge tender. Now this bridge only opens on the half hour and hour between 7 and 7, like all day. So we really wanted to make the 9:30, and we have just a couple minutes to spare.
The fourth bridge of the day is the MacArthur Causeway Bridge.
If you're subscribed to our Sunday summary, you'll have known that we crossed the MacArthur Causeway Bridge about, I think, 3 weeks ago when the Miami Boat Show was here because we were going to an award ceremony. So if you're not signed up for that, here's the link for that.
It is 9:30 on the dot, and the Venetian Causeway Bridge is our fifth bridge, the bridge that we tried to hail so it could open for us. And the sirens are going off, so the arms are going down to block traffic, and the bridge will be going up very shortly.
Now, our strategy for going through these bridges and timing them is basically in Navionics, we go to our next bridge that has a time schedule that we have to call to open, and we basically put our endpoint there, and then we just keep track of our ETA, and we want to get there like a couple minutes ahead of time so that we're not rushing. So we either go faster or slow down. Normally we slow down so that way we can just get there right on time. Because with this wind out of the east and the currents on these bridges, it's like we just saw, like it's kind of hard to keep your boat there, and especially like pivot and motorboat, it's difficult. So we're trying to get there right on time. And then the other thing that we do is we always turn on our bow thruster just to be prepared, because you don't know how those currents are gonna hit your boat whenever you get into the bridge, especially when you're going really slow. It's just good to have it on just in case.
The sixth bridge that we are coming up to today is the Julia Tuttle Causeway Bridge. And this bridge is actually kind of interesting because this bridge is the lowest fixed point on the ICW. Now, for a boat like ourselves, we're a height of 18 feet, but this bridge is particularly important for sailboats because if their mast is above 56.5 feet, they will have to go outside at one of the other inlets and like jump down. They won't be able to like go through this bridge.
We're approaching our seventh bridge of the day, which is the West 79th Street Causeway. This is one that's a short bridge, but we don't have to open it because it's just enough for us. I think it's in the early 20s. It's like 25 feet roughly. And Jen got us some breakfast ready. We had some yogurt with some granola and some fresh strawberries. Thanks, babe.
No problem.
The next bridge is the Broad Causeway Bridge, bridge number 8. And this is one we have to have open for us. And interestingly enough, it opens on the quarter hour and 3/4 hour. So, you just have to keep track of which bridge opens when. This area just past the Broad Causeway Bridge has some insane shoaling. Everywhere outside the channel is red for shallow. The channel's pretty narrow, but it does look like they're dredging it right now. So depending on when you're coming north or south, it may be better. But it's very tight, and so you'll want to make sure you're very closely monitoring your charts and your depth.
And now for our 9th bridge, we have the 163rd Causeway Bridge. And this is another one that we will not have to open. It's nice when you're not super tall, like most trawlers on the loop. And here we have the William Lehman Causeway Bridge, another 65 footer, so nothing for us to worry about, just keep an eye on current, other boats. Bridge number 11 today, we have the Delray Beach Bridge. Another one that we don't need to open, so that is great. There's one massive hotel up there. It's huge. This is probably not the day you guys expected for Miami. No sunshine today and a lot of wind, but you know, it is what it is. These areas with bulkheads on both sides of the channel are kind of like washing machines for pivot. Once a boat comes in with a medium amount of weight, just bounces back and forth like a pinball machine, and we're just like stuck in the, you know, little bit craziness of it. It's nice when there are no wake zones, but not always. Our 12th bridge is the Hollywood Boulevard Bridge. This one's a little bit closer to us. It's at 21 right now. Enough for us. Ollie is still not a fan of bridges, so we give this video a thumbs up for her. Now for bridge number 13 is the Sheridan Street Bridge. It's supposed to be 25 feet, so we'll be fine going through this one. But the one after this is when we're gonna have to kind of like push pivot a little bit, because we have until 12:30 to make it, and it's 12:20 right now. So we're gonna be moving a little bit faster right after we get through Sheridan Street Bridge. It's obviously no wake zone under the bridge, so we can't go too fast just yet. Here at Delray Beach is our 13th bridge, I'm pretty sure. Our numbers could be so off this vlog, so I'm sorry. And it looks like this is 23 feet, so even though we can get through it, we're just gonna wait behind all these boats. We're not gonna try to go in between them and then have them pass us right after. And yeah. And you're also not really supposed to go into a bridge when it's opening and closing, underneath it, I mean. So we're just gonna take our time, and we'll go through this one right after. Street Causeway Bridge here, and this one is a 56 footer, so no problems here.
Yeah, this is totally a roadblock. You have a 3-point intersection We're trying to turn that way.
I'm trying to follow the channel, really.
Not the best day, but honestly it feels like it's probably like a, maybe not a Saturday, but like a Thursday. And it's a Monday.
Yeah, it's definitely spring break.
Now as we're getting through the craziness that is Fort Lauderdale, we're getting through our next bridge. I think it's bridge number 14 or 15. Las Olas Boulevard Bridge. And this one is on the timetable, but we don't need it to open, so it's going right on through. The next bridge that we have in Fort Lauderdale is the Sunrise Boulevard Bridge, and this one we're kind of arriving right when they have their scheduled opening, so we're just going to stay behind this really nice yacht. Right here is a pretty cool anchorage near Hugh Taylor State Park, and you just anchor like literally right there, and then you just dinghy right across the channel to the dinghy dock, where you take your dog out or just explore and walk around the park.
I'm not sure what bridge number this is, but this is the Oakland Park Bridge. And we make this one by like a foot.
Copy, Captain. We'll get you through on the next opening. 2 minutes. Stand by, Channel 9.
There is so much traffic today. It's just the radio's non-stop chatter. It's hard to pick out the important things versus just the clutter. And for this bridge, we're actually like barely going to make it, so we're running pivot hot. Kind of like our last video, we're making up for the times that we run pivot really light. This bridge is the Commercial Boulevard Bridge. So right now we're actually holding back because there's a southbound tug and barge, so they're gonna come on through and then we're gonna come after. It seems like a couple of our viewers were also at that bridge coming south in the Nordic tug. So thanks for waving hi and saying hi. It was awesome. Now the good thing is that they mostly time these bridges to where you don't have to like fly by to make the next one. It's a pretty reasonable amount of time and distance. So right now we just went through the Commercial Boulevard Bridge, and it took us a while because there was a lot of boats. But the next bridge we also have to have open for us, and that's the Atlantic Boulevard Bridge. And it's just, we're running about 6.3 knots, and we'll be there at 2 minutes after they're supposed to be open, which is basically right on track. So I wouldn't get worried about it if you're concerned about making bridges in this stretch, because they're all reasonable. If you go like 4 knots, you might be waiting a little longer, and if you go 15 knots, you'll probably be slowing down, even though a lot of this is minimum wake area anyway. So today we haven't told you guys where we're going yet, and that's because we don't know. We have a date that we need to be in St. Augustine on Sunday, so that's kind of our time frame for this part of Florida. So we're just trying to make as many miles as we can. There's so many different areas to stop off, like every couple miles here on this part of the ICW. They're not, some of them have more room than others. Some of them are just like little pockets where like kind of a lot of nice houses are. But it's all doable, especially just for a night, and there's some pretty decent dog access. So we have a few options. One option is Lake Boca Raton, a very beautiful lake, really popular with party crowds on the weekends, and plenty of depth. So that's our plan A, I guess. But I think we're making pretty good time, so we might pass that today. So we'll see, who knows.
here's an example of one of the anchorages, quote unquote, on Navionics that are like just off the channel surrounded by houses. It's a good spot to pull over just for the night. There's no way you would want to spend more than one day out here, but it's nice to have the option. Now the next bridge that we need to open, 15 minutes later, opens on the 3/4 and 15 after the hour. We're gonna make it just in time. That'll be the 14th Street Bridge. There's a lot of traffic today. This is definitely this is the most traffic we've seen. Consistently like waiting for each bridge. It's pretty interesting. It's nice because you don't have to rush because the openings are so long because there's so many boats all making each opening. We finally have a little bit of a reprieve. There's not bridge after bridge after bridge. We still have a few more today, but we have at least like a half an hour, it seems, no bridges, which is nice. Our next bridge of the day is the Hillsborough Boulevard Bridge, not to be confused with the Hillsborough Inlet Bridge. We are not going through the Hillsborough Inlet today. I'm pretty sure the Great Loop would be over if we did that. Jennifer might just kill me. This is one of the ones where we don't quite need to open, but we're coming right behind a sailboat, so we might as well just squeeze in so that we don't have to worry about it. It's supposed to be 21 feet the center, but the chart says something different, so we're just gonna squeeze right on through with it opening. Might as well. We're squeezing in because it's already opening, and I asked the tender, but if you kind of ask for it to be open and you didn't need it to be open because, let's just say, like your fishing poles or something, you know, made it to where like you needed the opening, if it's something that you can take down easily, they can fine you for that, for unneeded openings, and the fine is pretty hefty. It's like a couple $1,000s or something. So what we could maybe make it, it looks actually like pretty decent for us, so we could definitely make this. But you know, if it wasn't already opening, we wouldn't be doing this. We would be kind of just lowering our antennas and going right through.
Caution, caution. Hillsborough Boulevard Bridge vehicles are now
It looks like this is the first bridge we're going to have to wait at Camino Real, just south of Lake Boca Raton. We're going to be waiting here about 12 minutes, it looks like. We just barely missed the 3:40, so we're going to do the 4 o'clock. No big deal. It is a little rough in here. There's a lot of small boat traffic, but 12 minutes is not that bad. And just like that, our 10-minute wait is over. Boca Raton is a fantastic anchorage. In fact, this is where we stayed when we were journeying south in the winter. But today, it's daylight savings time. It's the first day, actually. So even though it's 4 p.m., we still have another 3.5 hours of sunlight. So we're gonna make the most of that. Hopefully to make tomorrow a little bit lighter. So we're just gonna keep going. It's the plan. And the next bridge going north is the Palmetto Park Bridge. This bridge is really tight for us, and it only opens on the 1.5 hours, so we have to wait here at half an hour, but we can make it. We have like maybe a foot to spare, so it'll be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Cross my fingers. We already took down the 2 antenna. We moved down the Weeboos just while we were waiting at Camino Real Bridge. That bridge has got me feeling like Ollie. That was close. One thing's for sure is that with all these bridges and timing and watching out for all these other boats, especially in Fort Lauderdale, this type of cruising day always takes so much more out of us, just because you have to be so much more aware while we're cruising. We're gonna be very tired tonight once we drop the hook. I'm pretty sure we'll drop the hook, take Ollie out, and then, well, we'll have to edit these videos, so like, we'll be working for a few hours, but we're gonna crash right after that.
I have no idea what number bridge that was, but that was the Spanish River Bridge. Now we are heading under the Linton Boulevard Bridge, and this bridge is about 27 feet for us right now, so we also do not have to request an opening for this bridge.
We've arrived into Delray Beach, and that could have just been our last bridge for the day. We have one more that we are like timing right, but we're thinking we're just gonna drop the hook here, maybe. We're gonna see how the anchorage looks like. We know there's a place to take out ollies, so that's like our big checklist. It's about 5:10 right now, so it's getting a little late considering we started we started right after dawn this morning. So we're gonna check out the anchorage, see how it looks, and we might be done with bridges for the day.
We decided to end our cruising day here in Delray. It's about 4 feet under our depth sensor, so it's about 6 feet. We just dropped 40 feet of chain in the water, tied off our anchor windlass. So now we're gonna let the wind kind of even out our boat before we back down on it. On Navionics, he said it's pretty soft mud, so we're gonna keep that in mind. But there's nobody else here, which is nice, except for all these like really nice houses, so they're here. Nobody else in the anchorage. And then we're also trying to make sure that we don't like put our butt out in the channel, which I don't think we will, because we don't need that much chain. The other thing, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but the wind is just staying out of the east all night, so it's gonna push us towards the channel, which is good, so we don't have to really worry about swinging into the sides anywhere like that. All right, I'm gonna start backing down on it, okay?
Okay. Set.
Yeah, I agreed. Looks like it set well with 40 feet. Now we're just gonna let the boat kind of come up a little bit more, and then we're gonna drop the bridle, which gives us another 10 feet basically. But it actually, we had some really good holding with the mantis right there, set at about 1100. So we should be set. It should be a good night.
Final step, put the hook on. It's nice and loose because the bridle has all of the forces on it. And now we're done. We have about like 50 feet out, so we are good because we're in like such shallow water.
Good job.
High five.
You wanna do the honors?
Yeah.
It's recording still.
Okay. Hey. We are already back to working on our laptops, and I just made dinner. Tonight we have spicy vodka pasta with a side salad and then some like homemade Caesar dressing that I made the other day. And then we'll be taking Ollie to shore and continuing working for the night.
That looks so good. That dinner was so delicious. And now heading to Delray Beach. We're going to Veterans Park. The dinghy ride is not going to be as short as it was this morning and this past weekend, but that's okay. That's a very rare occasion, and it was great while it lasted.
It can be a bit challenging to find places to take our dog Ollie out to shore. Florida has been a bit more challenging than other states that we've traveled to so far, but we are constantly looking out for and reading the reviews and looking at what Active Captain says to try and find anchorages that are suitable for Ollie. So it does mean that sometimes we miss places because there aren't good anchorages for dogs, but it's really important to us that we always make sure Ollie has an opportunity to go out. We do the best we can. It's not always perfect, so it is not a surefire, it doesn't always work. you don't like that. Down, down, down. Hide, hide. Oh boy. You survived another one.
You thought we were done with bridges, Ollie, but there was one more. Actually, we had to hit it on the way back too. There's two more.
Oh man.
Just like that, we're here. This is Veterans Park here in Delray Beach, and this is also a big boat dock. Not overnight though, that's why we're not here right now. But yeah, look at this. This is awesome.
Get that energy out. Run, run, run. Oh boy.
It's sitting on my ass all day. Pineapple Grove Arts. We're here. Pivot's here.
Delray Beach seems pretty cool. It has a nice little walkable downtown area and some really cool shops, really interesting, unique places. And it has a lot of like either apartments or little condos that are pretty close to it. So like people can like walk to the different shops and restaurants and like to the beach, which isn't that far away either. And so really nice. So far we like it.
We thought we were only gonna walk for just like the park and then head back, but Delray was so cool we had to walk around the entire town, but we weren't prepared for it and didn't lock up Fred, so we were kind of worried about it, but Fred's there. People are nice. Probably shouldn't get into a habit of doing that.
So that wraps up our day.
It was a very long day today, a lot of bridges. It was a good day on the loop. Besides our bimini tearing, that was not good. I'll have to look at that tonight to see if we have another screw I can just use for temporary. But otherwise, it's gonna have to wait till Vero, where we'll have access to West Marine easily.
Yeah.
It's a great day, very full. We're very tired. And we're gonna go back and work for a few hours.
Yeah. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, thank you guys for watching.
Beep. Beep.